Welcome back. If you watch this program with any regularity, you know well that I love me some funny. And as a result, I try and seek it out here in our wonderful media market of the greater Salt Lake City metropolitan statistical area of Utah. And of course, there's the other thing that when I meet funny people, I hold on to them. Yeah. Don't let them go. Usually makes them a little uncomfortable, but just when they're starting to, and you let them go and it's fine. In any case, I'm excited to introduce a new troupe to you that will be doing long-form improvisation in the filmic paradigm, and of course we're going to find out more about all of these very broad terms. I'm so excited. This is their first appearance on television, both of them, you guys, both of them. Please welcome Bob and Shelley Jasperson. I mean Trevor and Tyler. Bob and Shelley is tomorrow night's show.
Yeah.
But they're in cinematics too, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Very, very funny improvisers. Great people. Really wonderful. I really love them. Hope they show up this weekend.
Welcome, you guys. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations on your burgeoning new troupe.
Oh,
are you so excited?
Super, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. We're really excited. Yeah, we've got 4 shows this weekend, so we're just getting ready for those, and it's awesome. It's been a lot of fun so far. So,
and talk a little bit about your respective backgrounds. I've always felt as though, even though I just kind of screw around here on Park City Television with the red lights on, I have such true respect for the interactive art of improvisation that you all do, and of course anybody who's ever seen improv comedy knows that it's a high wire act. Talk a little bit about your backgrounds, and also, if you would, talk a little bit about a shorter form versus longer form. You guys are doing something that's kind of more of an arc, more of a narrative. Talk about that as well, if you would.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I mean, I come from a theater background. I've been doing theater since junior high, really, but really just improv. I've really only been doing improv for the last 5 years or so, and a lot of it has been long form stuff, a lot more like narrative based things. But yeah, it's kind of a crazy experience to go from something more structured like theater or something like that to improv, where kind of all those restrictions are lifted, and it's like, yeah, get out there, go do it.
Do it.
Yeah,
what is it? Go.
You'll find it.
You'll find out. You're doing it now. Good. Trevor, how about you?
I just graduated UVU about 2 years ago, and that started with just the decision to do theater. I haven't really been involved in theater before then, and I was an English major and said, theater sounds good. And I had an English professor that said theater would be good for you, and so she got herself out of the job, and then found Jeff and the cinematics, and it's been just a dream ever since.
PG ever since.
Just
How do you start an improv troupe? Was this just Jeff kind of calling you guys up and being like, hey, we should totally?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it starts like all great improv with a suggestion. Like someone's like, man, we should. I mean, maybe, and then it just happens. No, but yeah, we've all like everyone who's in the troupe now. We've just met each other through various projects, and it's kind of just now is the right time, and all of us are ready and raring to go, and so we've been kind of meeting together last month and just kind of improvising with each other and feeling each other out and kind of getting comfortable, and now we're ready to do that in front of an audience, I guess. So,
That's
but yeah,
cool.
and you're friends with Jeff.
Yes, Jeffrey Lee Blake, ladies and gentlemen. He couldn't be here tonight. But I want to tell you, if you guys are a part of JLB, I mean, that really is. That's like the Good Housekeeping seal of comedy right there.
Yeah.
But, local Utah chapter.
I have a tattoo, actually. JLB.
Okay, we're going to commercial.
But yeah, so he kind of, we all know him. And
he knows everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he gets around down there. So yeah, we all just kind of came together through him, really, a lot of it, and all that, and yeah, now we're ready to do it. So.
That's awesome. Talk about long form, because my characterization of short versus long is like, okay, well, short is good because if you get going and it's kind of not moving in the way and it's right, okay, bam, we're done. Okay, we're going to a new thing, and you kind of get that reset. Whereas as doing long form, you got to do that within the context of your fantastic, amazing story that's happening.
Yeah, there's a couple of different approaches to long form, and the one that we've done is we've set up a story structure that essentially follows your basic story structure of introducing a protagonist, following their story along as they meet the antagonist. There's struggles and problems along the way, eventually resulting in a final battle and a denouement.
And a denouement. So it's so nice to hear someone use that word.
Yeah,
I like to use it. It's a sweet word, and people are like, "What?" Never mind. The end. It's the end.
Yes,
it's kind of like the end.
Yeah.
And talk a little bit about the cinematic format or how that works in. Because to be honest, I wasn't quite clear if it's like you're following, like, oh, this is a riff on a particular classic movie, or are you just using little bits?
Right, yeah. So the cinematics, it's kind of, we're influenced by film in general.
I see.
Is kind of the idea. And so we'll usually, when we have a show, we'll have the audience draw like a genre out of a hat. Anything from like sci-fi, fantasy, Western, thriller, horror, like all those different genres we've got in there. And then we'll get a title, and we'll just basically improvise a story like Trevor was saying, in that genre, using a lot of those tropes from film that people will be familiar with. You know, if we're doing like a thriller and a noir, there's going to be a femme fatale, there's going to be red herrings, all of these things. And so yeah, it's kind of taking improv where we're creating these characters and then also incorporating all these things we love about film or TV or whatever, and kind of giving us license to improvise with those too, and kind of play around with those ideas. So it's really fun. It's a lot of fun.
I'm sure it must be a great time. And is there kind of a past and present sort of thing of like making reference to older? I mean, are you all cinephiles? Are you guys super knowledgeable, or is it just sort of catch as catch can as far as the sort of the film references go?
I like to think we are pretty qualified.
I've watched a lot.
You have Netflix, right? So that's
Netflix.
That's all we do.
But yeah, I mean, there is anyone who's familiar with film like that, and especially like a lot of older film. We might do stuff that's like prevalent in B movies. We do that a lot sometimes because B movies are fun to improvise. You don't need a lot of props, and
so there's
really
sharks this weekend.
There could be, who knows? There could be sharks. There could be hobbits. I don't know. There could be hobbits. We'll figure it out. There will be something. There will be something for everyone. So, but yeah, and the other great thing is it's really different every time. It's so different and so varied, and so sometimes we do create a story that's awesome and incredible, and we're all like, that was so cool, like I'd love to experience that again even. And sometimes we're like, that was a really weird story, but it's always really fun, and we love to have a good time with the audience. When they get there, they really are like another member of the troupe. Really, the energy that bring like affects us, and we kind of give that back. And there's this like beautiful give and take, I think, between the two of us. So yeah, it's really fun.
That's awesome. Is there a difference in the way that audiences kind of consume or react to a short form versus something like this where you're stretching it out over a longer period of time? Are there jokes that kind of build and build and build?
Yeah. I mean, there's always that fun idea of kind of having a joke that sort of circles its way through the entire narrative. Sometimes we like to call those breadcrumbs. Yeah. Just like a little thing that, oh, look what he said, I'm going to pick that up, and now we'll play with that and kind of take it through the whole thing. It may just be a scene, it could be the whole 35 minutes or whatever, but it always ends up being funny. Even if
Good.
it's serious, even the
serious stuff is
even
funny.
if we're serious,
Yeah,
it's funny to see people serious.
So who plays Bogart then?
Oh, well, I mean,
Jeff.
yeah,
Jeff Blake.
clearly, in most of them, yeah.
Get the 6'4"
falls.
ginger is the obvious choice for Humphrey Bogart. Plus, he's never stopped smoking. So.
Yeah, exactly. He's got that great low voice.
Yeah,
in there,
gravelly
you know?
smoker
Yeah.
voice.
Oh, it's great.
I call it. My nickname for him is Lucky Strikes. It's just might be an indicator. Let's talk about logistics. I know I wasn't actually, when I was reading your blurbs, I wasn't familiar with the theater that you all are going to be at.
Right, yeah. So it's actually a brand new theater in Provo, kind of on the south side of Provo. The address is...
591 South 300 West.
Yeah, you'll turn on the, and then...
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
It basically, if you look for 600 West, 600 South, 600 South, and 300 West, it's just right on the north side of the train tracks of the Provo station down there. So.
Yeah.
Comedy's always best on the north side of the track.
It is.
Yeah.
The minute you go,
South side,
nothing's funny.
No.
Nothing good down there.
Yeah, it's
Nothing good.
much more dramatic on the other side.
But yeah, so it's a brand new theater. We'll be doing shows there regularly, at like the third weekend of each month going forward. So, but yeah, so this is kind of our big grand opening weekend for the Cinematics. So we're doing shows this Friday and Saturday, so the 21st and 22nd, at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. each night. So it should be a good time, and yeah, get people out there and show them some improv.
Well, and the cool thing is that Utah County, and of course, I kind of think of it as, of course, with respect to UVU also.
Sure.
But kind of BYU adjacent. I mean, there's so many people down there that are amazing, gifted performers, and comedy. It's just the best stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's really fun.
I think I'm going to make it on Friday night, and I really look forward to it. How many in the troupe? 8, is that right?
Yeah, so we've kind of got people who are doing some shows and not others. We've got a kind of a rotating cast a little bit. So, but yeah, between I think 6 and 7 each show for sure. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Cast of thousands.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be playing the role of 100,000 people.
and they picked us to come here. Out of all of them.
Out of all of those thousands of people, you were the only 2 that were available. Clearly.
We said we shouldn't.
And yet you have. It's been done. It's happened. I've been thinking about it all through this entire segment, and I'm not going to ask you guys to get up and improvise with one another in this otherwise essentially empty room. And it's because I love you very much is why we're not going to be doing that. Just hear Terry snickering in the artificial snickering in the back. So much energy in this place. So where should folks go to get more information?
So we have a Facebook page for the Cinematics. You can like us there, then you'll get updates and everything. There's links there to buy tickets and everything. And you also, I'm not sure, the Mercury Theater, you can also like them. And they've got tons of other events as well, especially this summer. They've got a lot of things planned. So there's going to be a lot of fun things going on down in Provo.
Awesome.
So.
And you guys will be live Snapchatting through your entire performance.
Always. I'm almost entirely, mostly always live Snapchatting, on Periscope, Twitter, yeah. Eating lunch.
It's 27. It's improv in 2017. Pause.
Exactly.
Scoot in a little bit. That's no good. Well, it's great to have you guys here, and I'm really excited to see you get up on stage and have some fun, and give my my wish that broken legs and sprained ankles will be right across the entire cast, and of course,
we hope so as well.
Give a hug and a smooch to my pal Jeff Blake. He's so awesome. And it's great to have you guys here, and have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, you guys. Thank you. Cinematics, Friday and Saturday night. Check them out on Facebook. I can't stop laughing. Oh. Sorry, I just needed a break. We're going to take a break. Speaking of, we got to do some weather. And of course, we're going to have lots more music because I love you.